Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer, Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, call 206-402-0100 and enter PIN number 161329#. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. And now, here's Dee.
Hi, everybody. This is actually Nadia Angelini subbing for Dee today. She is shooting Living Her Best Life, so I'm super excited to be with you guys. For those of you that don't know me, I've been working with Dee for over 20 years, and you can find me at intuitionbynadia.com. But let's get into it, y'all. So today I want to talk about, I did a reading for this group in particular today, and I also want to talk about the energies of June since we are starting on June 1st today. So guys, the energy has been so intense in 2025, and already now in June, almost halfway through this year, we are feeling almost at a point of no return. So just so you guys know, I do an energy update that's free in my newsletter. You can also subscribe to that from my website, intuitionbynadia.com. I'm going to go through it briefly here, and then I want to touch on the reading I got for this group and what I feel we need to focus on today. So some of you may have felt in May, you guys, that there was sort of a choice point. People are sort of choosing their vibrational camps right now. And what that looks like is you are going to be feeling distant from people that are not in your vibrational frequency. So we may have, as this community is, those of us have felt sort of alone and on the leading edge. That is going to be even more, and it really probably started for you in May. It's like really seeing that old versions of ourselves that cannot live. So, you know, like when you see friends from the past and there's sort of this old version of you that you're not able to show up as anymore. Okay. And you're going to see that in jobs, around friendships, in family dynamics. So this is only going to get more intense. So the energy of June, you guys, this month is the transitional time. I feel like we've been bombarded with sort of, and I hate to say this, kind of negative stuff on the outside world. So we've kind of had to really focus on ourselves and go inward, which has been the gift because it's just so much intensity out in the world. So hopefully that's what you've been doing. Now in June, hopefully this is foundational for you because our emotional sovereignty is what we're going to need in the next 6 months. And what that means is radical honesty with ourselves and where we are, and really knowing that we are the creators of our life. We are the creators of our abundance, not the government, not the structures, not the outdated systems. None of those have any power over us because they are all in the state of crumbling because they need to be rebuilt from truth, not from lies or from wanting to take for a small amount and not the larger community. Everything is moving towards more unity. I know it doesn't look like that. The dark energy feels like it's louder than it's ever been. And I see this with clients all the time. They're showing me that we're at a time where in the spiral of growth, I see this with clients right when it's the darkest is when they almost have the breakthrough. It's like the belief of struggle, hardship, lack, unfairness, pain. It's the loudest before we're ready to move into a new cycle. And that's where we are right now. So we are going to feel a rising energy for those of us that have been doing the work. Now, let me be clear. It is really important for those of us in this community because we've been doing the work, probably most of us for 20 years, some of us for less than that. So the vibrational changes are going to affect everyone in the world differently based on their current vibration. The more sovereign you are, the more you know your power, the easier these transitions will be. If you are still in lack, in fear, in struggle, in victim energy, in any sort of us versus them, divisiveness, these energies are going to have to crack open. We can't hold them anymore because they're hurting us. It's not about other people. It's about you and yourself. So in the early part of June, you're going to already see this in the next coming weeks. We're seeing it already, guys, but old parts of things that we used to think were stable out in the world are not going to be stable. Okay. And just be ready. And this could look like in your own life, certain identities, like I talked about, certain coping mechanisms that used to work that now no longer work. You might feel your nervous system going into old survival patterns. And the reason this is happening is because we're getting rewired to hold more light, okay? So our nervous systems are wired to the ego. Most of us have been wired. I'm using these terms. There are many terms you can use for them, but I think it's the easiest way to understand. We're wired to survival, and we're now getting wired to our divinity, and we're in the middle of that transition, and everyone's at different stages of that. So really focusing on balancing and regulating your nervous system, getting out with nature, breath work, meditation, focusing on love and opening your heart. This is where our real power is going to be, guys, okay? And through this time, in June, over the next 6 months, a lot of us are going to start stepping into our true roles, meaning who we really came here to be. Not just our basic, not just what's fine, but something that is really lighting us up. So this month is really the foundation of a new role. Now, this may mean that you had an idea of who you are, and you might have to let that go, because be open to discovering who you truly are in your full power, and that might look different than your mind can imagine, because they keep showing me like think outside the box, okay? So also, you guys might feel extra tired and burnt out. You already felt this in May. Today, we are getting massive solar energy, and this is on a scientific level, solar flares, solar storms, and this is intense energy, and it's coming in tonight, depending on where you are in the world. I'm in California, and it's coming in for the next 48 hours. So just be prepared for this energy, you guys. It is intense. It is going to blast you with light. It is going to bring up some old stuff if it's still there. You're going to feel body discomfort. You might have sleep disturbance. So just don't think anything's wrong. We are getting blasted with light in the best way. So the next 48 hours is sort of the beginning of this massive light exposure. There is going to be massive stuff going down between June and October, you guys. When I keep tuning to the timeline, I've been getting this since January. I will be honest with you, I'm seeing so many different things, and it's going to be all around the world, and I'm not sure what is happening. So the core frequency we want to hold is our sovereignty, our grace, our light through whatever transitions happen, okay? Because you're going to feel like an invisible pressure. You might already be feeling it, okay? But this is an opportunity for deeper truths to come forward, okay? So as we move into the mid of the month, is going to be more clarity. On the outside world, guys, we're going to constantly be bombarded with information, true information and false information. And you're really going to have to feel for what is right. This is the time to build discernment, okay? There's going to be a lot, still heaviness. I'm seeing the peak of the heaviness through the summer in the outside world in terms of world events, in terms of the way it looks, okay, guys? So this is not about punishment. It's about freedom, opening up to new energies, things needing to break down in order to break through. So I'm just going to keep reminding you of that, okay? But through this, I'm seeing real light come in, real hope, real solutions at the same time. Finally, I feel like there's this breath of fresh air coming in this at the end, mid to end of this month, guys, like a reclaimed truth, okay? So as we move into July, guys, at the end of this month, there's going to be more intensity. So I'm just preparing you, because this is not about being afraid. It's about preparing your nervous system to stay calm during a storm. It's like when they tell you a hurricane's coming. Okay, I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to get everything ready so I can stay calm during the hurricane. That's the vibe, guys, of June. Okay, that is the vibe. It's going to be a soul level disruptor. If you have not been disrupted yet, you will be disrupted this month. Okay, it's not here to break you guys. It's here to free you. Anything that is false is being dismantled over the next 6 months in a powerful, extreme, fast way, and it will speed up. So it's very exciting, but it's also very dysregulating. Okay, so now briefly, I will do the read for this group, so what we should focus on today, and then I will take callers. Okay, so guys, in this group, what they were showing me is this sort of there's a disembodiment between the vision and really embodying who you really are. So all of you guys, most of you in this thing have this I'm waiting for something energy. I'm still waiting. Why is it not here yet? That's the sort of dominant call I was hearing. And it's because you're sort of waiting for the future to truly embody who you are. And for this group, you must embody who you are, and then the future comes. There's still a sense of outsourcing your power. And for some of you, this is not all of you, so obviously take what resonates and throw out the rest. So this is not about pushing ahead. This is about grounding and feeling security and confidence in who you really are. That is the new currency, guys. So one thing that is going to come up and has come up with a lot of my clients recently is mental, emotional, and spiritual bypassing. And this is the tricky part with Abraham, you guys, because you know me, I love Abraham. I believe in all the laws of the universe. But what I find with working one-on-one with people is if you are somebody whose emotions are not at an 11. My emotions have always been very, very high. I cannot ignore them if I try. I have a lot of clients that can. So instead of saying, I'm not okay, they're like, it's happening for me. It's all right. It's all right. But their energy is not really grounded in embodying that. So they're sort of bypassing, and this is why it doesn't come, the things we want to manifest, because we're not looking right at the truth of where we really are. So even Abraham has said in the later years, if you can't not feel it, look right at it. But I find, you guys, that a lot of people are not aware of what they're feeling. So for this group, it's about not needing to just be positive. It's going, how do I really decide who I want to be in the face of this? Okay. And it's not about racing. It's not about getting there. It's about resonating with yourself. Okay, guys. So do not gaslight yourself. Do not tell yourself you're okay when you're not okay. Do not, allow yourself to beat yourself up anymore. Go, wow, I'm doing this to myself. Rapid self-awareness, guys. It needs to happen. Also, I'm seeing a collective grief and heartbreak in this group, okay? Now, this is happening in a lot of places and a lot of people in a collective way, but they're showing me specifically for this group that there's shadow selves cracking through right now, and they just keep saying, let it move through. It's almost like ancestral grief, backed up grief in the body, anything. It's because we're getting blasted with so much light. So anything that's even like, I normally don't get into past lives, but even like past life stuff that we carried in or chose to have part of our identity, all this stuff is lifting off, and it feels like grief. It feels like loss. It feels like a part of us is dying. Okay, guys. So just take with what you will. And today it is my intention to get you back into your power and help you embody who you really are. So let's get this party started. All right, first I have Cheryl in Houston. Hello.
Hello. Woohoo. Hi, Nadia. Thank you.
Hi. How can I help you today?
I'm your almost birthday twin. I don't know if you remember me. That's okay.
I remember, girl. Of course I do. You're the 6th, right?
Yep. You're so good. Holy crap.
Yes,
It's been years since I spoke to you and you remembered that. Holy crap. Okay.
I remember. Well, I didn't remember until I got into your energy, but your energy reminded me.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Every time I doubt
you feel very different.
I've been doing the work, man. Yeah. Every time.
Extremely different.
I got to tell you. Oh, sorry. Every time I start to doubt you say something off the charts, resonant, perfect, and I'm like, yeah, she gets this stuff, man. And she's really getting stuff. Sorry. So,
Thank you. Well, what can I help you with? You sound so much more empowered. Your whole energy is so much more grounded, and I just want to tell you, I want to acknowledge that. You are a completely different person than you were the last time I spoke to you. So I just want to honor that. So what can I help you with today?
Thanks. I would like a general reading and how it's really funny. I had gotten to, not funny, obviously it always happens on these calls. I had already gotten to, you got to breathe this through every cell of your body. And I was getting there, and all week I've just really been working on directing my energy to be in that I am presence. So I would love a general reading, and I would like it to include where my man is that everybody.
I was about to say it's money and man. Money and man were the two things that came up when I sat with you. Is money and the man, the money and the man. Like that.
Oh my God, let's hear it.
And the money. Okay. They're giving me that energy.
Great combo.
Okay.
I'll take my twins.
So this is what they are the same energy. And I think that's why they're showing it to me that way, because they're showing me it's just about receiving. That's all it is. It's not about, they're already created. It's already done. You've already done that heavy lifting. Now it's just about letting it in. Okay. Now, this is where it's tricky for you, Cheryl. You are a tricky person because you're like me. We want to have a hand on the wheel. Okay. There's still a fear of like, if I take my hand off the wheel, I'm going to get something I don't want. So I have to sort of keep my hand on the wheel. And so your guides are going, give it over. The reason they're saying you're in the surrender stage. You're in the let go and let God stage. You're in the can I trust it's coming stage. So and this is final, and I will tell you, this is the final step for you. This is like a veil, okay, that's going to just go, oh, it's right there. Like they showed me, it's like you have a veil up. Nice. It's right in front of you. The veil is up, and we just got to lift the veil. So I will say that the money fear is more dominant, whereas like you're more open to love right now, I feel like, than you are to money, to be honest with you. So we need to go, I am open to receiving love in every area of my life, and I'm ready for a new beginning. I'm ready for a new beginning with who I choose to be in the world, with how I present in the world, with trusting that the universe got its back, doing less and allowing more. That's what they're giving me in terms of the energy you want to embody. Doing less, allowing in more, because you've done the heavy lifting. This is not the time to work harder. It's the time to be smarter. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes and no. The theories all perfectly resonate. I can't see that I could do any less than I'm doing now.
Well, because what I'm saying is it's energetically less. So what's happening is you're still going, I'm waiting for it. Is it here? Is it coming? Is it coming? I'm waiting for it. I have a hand on the wheel. This is what I want, universe. This is what I want. Are you sure this is what I want, universe? This is what I want. That's what I mean. It's energetic, not physical.
Totally get it. The confusing part for me, I guess, or the part that I keep having to say, I'm not confused. I just allow my flow and my receiving. That point is always that I genuinely can't come up with anything that I want to do, that I have a passion about, other than being in love with this man and experiencing that finally, and all the philanthropy we do there. And I'm not waiting for him anymore. You got me past that. But it's like, okay, so I keep having to create these. But
you're waiting for your passion. You're not creating your passion without him. And though he's a match to your passion, the money's a match to your passion. So your passion doesn't come from what you do. It comes from who you are.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is, I'm ready to find myself. And I'm ready to find my joy and my passion. And that might look different. This is when I said in the beginning, letting go of ideas of what we thought.
Absolutely.
You don't really know who you are.
Okay.
Yet, which is why you haven't.
Because I get that it's way the hell more powerful than I've ever realized.
Oh, yeah. I mean, girl, we're Leos. We the sun. We luminaries. We are here to bring light to something. Okay.
Yes.
Luminaries. I'm rising Cancer and Leo. People can't hide from me. I got luminaries all in this bitch. Okay. So, what I would say is, show me the highest truth of who I am. So all you want to do is go, show me every day where my light wants to shine. Really soft, because you're right at the cusp. You're right at the threshold, Cheryl. You're right at the threshold. Okay. And I want you to just walk through it. And I want you to be easy about it. I want you to be open about it. And I feel like it's all braided together. The man, the money, the passion, it's all braided together. So when you find one piece of the braid, all the pieces of the braid come together.
That fits with what I've been feeling.
Yeah. Like it's all connected to one thing. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think this question will help everybody, this next one. So when I get snarky, where I go with that is, okay, everything she's saying, I get. Everything Abraham's saying, I get. But on the flip side, how many people are in these lovely relationships that didn't do all this work? They didn't have to cross every single T and dot every I.
Well, I love this question, and it's a great question. And so here's the truth. I do couple therapy, so things are not always as they seem. Okay, is what I would say.
No, I get that.
Okay.
I get that.
And second of all, this is going to come in so clear. and I don't mean this in an insulting way, and I'm not saying this in a superior way.
I accept it with
but
love.
Most people will settle for mediocrity, and you'll say,
but I won't.
I want it all. That's right.
Yeah.
So they'll go,
yeah.
I'll settle for this, and I'm happy enough with this, and being, and I hate to say this, basic. And your soul said, not for me, honey. I want to go big or go home. I know what it's like to be with the wrong person. I want it right, or I want fucking nothing. Let's go. So this is your
I've said that since I was 11.
Yeah. And there it is.
So
your soul you came in going, I've done the basic, not in this life.
Yeah.
Okay. So understanding that was your soul's choice. Everybody chooses something different, you know?
Yeah.
And knowing that neither are better or worse. It's just a matter of different soul levels and what your journey was meant to be. So I hope that helps.
It helps. The one piece I'm not getting is that in that refinement, I find that I don't want to deal with basics of life either. I don't want to be in this club. I don't want to be with those people.
And that's because,
but that's made me a hermit.
Well,
it's made me
the balance
of
bring me the people, because you're not really embodying yourself, so you're not attracting the people that you want to be around. Okay, so as you go, I am the light. You start bringing other people that also bring out the light in you. It's all connected to that. Well, thanks so much, Cheryl. I got to move on to the next caller. So,
I love you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, honey. All right, next I have Adele in Connecticut.
Hello.
Hi,
hello. I'm so excited. Wow.
You're so cute. I
would love a reading.
Okay, let's see for you today. Highest guidance for Adele right now. What does she need to hear from you guys? What does she need today? All right. Well, I feel like you recently had a sort of a small win. They're showing me, and they're showing me here. Have you been working on like channeling or spiritual connection or anything like that?
Well, I do a lot of deep work every day.
Okay, and because they're showing me very powerful angelic energy around you, like wanting to channel through, coming through. Like they're giving me this positive energy field around you. Okay.
Wow. They're showing thinking about the channeling, and I just now started. I put out my website for another business, because I feel it's just even more heart-centered, and
yes. But they're showing me here there's an angelic group that can channel through you if you invite them, okay, because they're all around your field. And they are showing me a new contract here, which usually tells me a new clients, new job, a new revenue stream, something coming in here in the really near future, okay? And it's tied to this. Okay, it's tied to this angelic realm connection, okay? So you said you just put that on your website and everything. So there's something here. I almost feel, how people like, I don't know how this is the only way I can interpret it. You know how people like hire people for like retreats or like for parties or like does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's so funny. I just said, I really feel like I need to be like doing a retreat, and I was going to just call people.
Okay,
too.
because they're showing me here like maybe you getting hired to do a retreat or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's exciting. So that's coming in right at the top. But let me just see anything. They're just showing me that you're doing very well. Yeah. Okay. So just a little bit. They're showing me some releasing from your third chakra, the sacral. There's still some sort of what I feel is like low-grade tension, okay? And this feels like a little of the energy I was feeling in the beginning, which is like not fully trusting that you're going to get what you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I feel it, but yet there's that, the old limiting beliefs coming, like you're saying, right in the third chakra. Which is
with your sacral, they're showing me here you're in the process of creating a new truth where you're open to receiving new things, because they're making it clear to me here, like they're showing me a younger version of you and you integrating her into this new version of you, and then it becomes a whole new person. Well, like the young you and the you now. Go ahead.
I mean, you're so right on, because I my biggest thing was that I just wanted to be in the most loving, peaceful relationship with God, myself, my inner child. And I love my inner child. We have the funnest time. And I'm actually, my website is out there, but the course is on there. And one of my biggest ones is I'm going to do Connecting to Your Inner Child, because all the fun and play.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
People need it. They need it so much.
Oh, desperately. Well, it's somatically stuck in the body, our child wounds. And right now they're coming up with a vengeance if you haven't looked at them yet. I have clients that have had sexual abuse when they were really little, and their bodies are out of their mind. Like physically, they're having massive things come up because of it. Adele, I just want to say this. They're just showing me an inner conflict. They're showing me two sides that are equal pole, and they're giving me it around the area of money, abundance, survival. So, do you know what this is?
Yes. Yeah. And, cause it's been really hard for me to receive things. And so it was really funny. One of my friends said, what happened to the check I sent you? And I said, I never got it. And I didn't. And so I didn't know about that. And I said, I know that, you sent me. And I didn't know whether to approach her again and just say, well, when did you send it? And you should probably
So there's a shame associated with receiving. And do you feel what I'm saying? So what I mean is, if I ask or I receive, I'm no longer safe or loved. So that's why it's a conflict, because I want money and abundance and all the things, but if I'm not safe or loved, I'm not going to fully let that in. So listen, money is really tough, especially with like boundaries and friends or all these things. It gets extremely awkward. Okay. Yeah. For everyone. But really rewriting the belief, like that I am loved and safe when I receive. I have more to give when I receive. Like, how can I amplify the belief of safety when I receive? Because again, this is going to be in your physical body, in your lineage, in what you saw growing up. It's deeper than just, you know what I mean, something that's happening now. Yeah. So really choosing to rewrite that. And by the way, there's a lot of people on here that have something similar. So if you're resonating with that, guys, it's so much about right now, like so many generations were trained to have to prove their value in order to receive, or get punished when they receive, or receiving comes with having to give something up, right? So there's all these conflicting things around receiving that need to go, even if they're small. Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to get back to the angelic group. How do I know?
Yeah.
How do I do?
All you have to do is go. All you do is sit after meditation. Sit with a pen and a piece of paper and say, "I am open. I am listening for the highest light, angelic realm to come through now," and just wait. It'll feel like your own thoughts, but then automatic right. That's how they'll start to come through.
So just after meditation, say, I'm open to receiving?
From the angelic realm and the highest light from the angelic realm, okay? Because that's what they're showing me. They're showing me like a group of angelic realm levels. So this is like really high dimensional. So you really have to be in an open space, but they're ready to speak through you as part of not only your work, but of your next level of work and service, okay? That's what they're giving me. They're like... Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, that was it. So it's just sitting every day and letting them channel and see what comes through. But try not to censor. It will feel like your own thoughts. It will just feel like a lighter, softer energy than you. Okay.
Okay. And is that what I'm really being? Is that what my sense is really wanted?
Yes.
Wow.
You will get, and you'll be able to ask them direct questions and stuff. So it'll be funsies once you get it going.
Whoa. So to go through with it. Yeah, because I didn't know what to do. Yeah, because I didn't know whether I want somebody channeling in me or whatever. But
No. It's automatic writing. So it won't be coming through you. It won't be like Abraham. You'll like hear it and filter it. Yeah.
Oh, just for me.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
perfect. I got to move to the next caller.
Yes,
Have a great day.
Thank you.
No
Yay.
problem. All right, next I have Paula in California. Hi. I know everybody.
Hi, Nadia. Been a little while here.
Yes. How can I help you, darling?
Oh, actually, I would like a general, but I know what it's focused around. About, with my brother and all this. Everybody knows this. I keep same old
stuff,
things,
right. Okay, so what are you avoiding here? Why is it keep looping? Why have we not closed this loop? Because they're showing me here disconnection and avoidance that's keeping you from the joy you're seeking. Okay.
Is it my avoidance or his avoidance? Because I keep,
I get a yes on both. Okay. So because you're resentful, right? You need to make peace with him. You need to bring love to this connection. You need to bring forgiveness. You need to bring the energy you want him to bring, because you're right, he's dishonest. So you need to bring honesty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's out of integrity, so you need to bring integrity. You need to go, it is my intention for this to be integrity. I want the win-win. And we've talked about this before. So what's the fear? What's the fear? Why are you not closing this loop? What are you getting? I'm asking, sorry, out of not closing this loop. Okay, so through these loops, they're showing me you've actually had a gift through this time. So they're saying the cycle is ready to change now. Okay, so they're going, don't worry about why it didn't close before. Let it close now. So what would closing the loop on this look like? What would that look like for you?
It would be having the realtors go in and evaluate, get assessments of the value of the places, and then we divvy up and go our separate ways. That we close the estate.
I want the highest easy resolve. I'm ready to close this loop. I see it closing in my mind. I see the money in my account, and now I let it go. I'm setting myself free from this loop of waiting, where this is what I was speaking of in the beginning of my power is in them, not in me. And that's what's going to close this loop for you, Paula, is because you keep going, I need them to do it for me to get it.
Yep.
And that might physically be true, but that's not energetically the truth. And that's why it's kind of, this is hijacking your life. And that's the other issue.
Yes.
And that's, they're saying you have to learn to let it go. Because, if they just keep showing me this is blocking your ability to create other things in your life. So the intention is to close the loop with love and peace. Okay, so that's the intention. And I would sit down and I would write it out. This is my intention. Not to get what I want, but for it to be closed in the highest way possible, where everybody wins and we're all at peace. And I bless my brother away with love, and the money's in my account, and it's complete. And I love the idea of it being complete. And I'm ready to close this loop of waiting and resentment in all areas of my life.
Yes. And so I feel like my last conversation with him, I was in my power. And I wasn't.
Good.
I felt very powerful, because he needs to do some things, and then we get off the phone and he doesn't do them, and I'm like, okay, now what?
So, this is why. Okay, so I use like children as an example. So you're coming at him like a mother to a child. So
I know it's not.
That's power, but not really. So hey, what's your brother's name?
Scott.
I've noticed that, there's obviously some resistance here, because we talk about things getting done and then they don't. And I get that, because this is a really heavy thing and it's annoying and complicated. What can we do to support this so we both win through this? Because he already feels like he's doing something wrong. He already has self-hatred. He already has his own shit going on. So when you pile it on, it adds to his avoidance. It doesn't open up the energy. And this is where I say love and truth and vulnerability is the key, even when the other person is not bringing it. Because what it does is it gives them permission to release the resistance. You have to be the light, the lighthouse to his darkness. because what's happening is when you talk to him and you're more in your power, you're kind of meeting him where he is. You're not making him meet you where you want to be. So that's why it's not working. You're trying to push a rock, and the rock's like, nope.
Yep.
Instead, become water, and the rock will begin to roll down the hill.
Right.
Okay.
And I do let him know I want this to be a win-win, but because then he doesn't see it as a win for him because he wants it all. And I said it's 50-50.
I get it, but you validate.
Yeah.
I get how you want it all. You feel like you need it, and you're struggling, and I hear you. But it is going to be 50-50, and, I hope that you can accept that and make peace with that. But it's the energy. I can literally, talking to my 7-year-old, you didn't want that to happen. He just found out he's allergic to everything, my son. He's 7. And he just found out he's also now allergic to peanuts, and he loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So he just developed a new allergy, and I had to come and tell him. And I said, listen, can't have peanut butter anymore. And he was just rageful. I'm like, you didn't want that to happen. I get it. And you can see the human condition is when we feel seen and understood, we stop pushing against.
Okay.
But when you need to make him see, yes, I need to make you see 50-50 is right. No, I understand. You didn't want it this way. I get it. That's it. Doesn't mean he's right. You don't have to agree with him. You just validate that he's feeling that. I believe you. And I think that would really help you and him in his healing journey.
I mean, I don't want to have it. I want to have it where we're both happy and we like each other.
You can't. You have to. Yes, but you can't make him happy. He has to make him happy. So you have to bring the happy and the love. Yeah.
But I don't have to do something that makes him mad and all that. But I be the water.
Yeah, and just go. I get it. You're really angry. I get it. This is really hard. You're feeling a lot right now. That's it. I call it being Jesus. I've said it before. Be Jesus. Okay.
And so do you see this resolving and, the loop actually closing?
It's already resolved. You just need to let it happen. You've been asking. It's done. It's been done. So it's just a matter of you letting it happen.
Okay.
Letting that timeline now close.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Paula.
Thank you so much.
Of course. You guys. All right. Next, I have Elizabeth in Minnesota. Hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh, it's so good to talk to you. This is my first time chatting with you.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Awesome. Okay, I would love a general, but specifically of my love life. I've been calling him an amazing partner, and I met him about a month ago, and he feels like it's him, but I just want to get your reading on it.
Okay, so, I have to tell you, I really like where your energy is. I feel like you've been trying to be I'm at peace with me, but I'm ready for the man. That's been your energy, and I think that was the right choice, right? You were in that sort of place. Yeah. And then I feel can you give me his first name?
It's John.
Okay. I like John. He's very smart to me. He feels very like he has an active mind. Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes,
I will say this is what they're giving me on your end. As soon as you got into this dynamic, it's almost like old insecurities came up. Okay.
For me.
So they're saying yes for you.
Okay, for me.
For you. Yes. And so what I want to look at is what's coming up for you, because they're showing me here, is this so weird, Elizabeth? And I normally wouldn't use this word, but it's almost like you're not fully dropping your guard.
Yeah.
All the way. You're still performing. You're still performing a little bit. Okay? Do you know what I mean by that? And I'm not meaning that as an insult. I'm meaning it as this is what a lot of people do is I'm going to show my best self. You know what I mean? To make sure that that I'm really likable. Let me show you how easy and likable I am. You know what I mean? That's the vibe. That's the vibe, right?
Good to know. Good to know, yeah.
Yeah. So it's more about, because what I'm seeing with him is I see a lot of mind energy with him. So
yes, okay.
he's not fully ground. So that makes you not, and you're very heart-based to me.
Yeah, okay.
Elizabeth. So part of he sees you. And what I mean by that is there's something in him that sees you. Do you know what I mean by that? Like you felt seen in his presence. You feel acknowledged.
I
yes.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so there's something in him he sees in you, but I also feel a fear on his side. So I feel like there's two veils here in between you. And it feels pretty new. It's still pretty new, right?
It is new, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I encourage you to do is do your best to show up as your authentic self. And if you can do this, this is going to be savage, okay? Savage, if you can do this, is be rigorously honest. Hey, I'm feeling like a little uncomfortable and insecure right now for some reason. I'm feeling awkward. Whatever it is, like if you can do that,
coming up. Okay.
Yes, it's going to open him right up because he's actually deeply sensitive. He's just got a little bit of a wall around his heart. But it feels like, and this sounds crazy, it feels like you could be, there's this thing in you that could be the chink in his armor. And I'm not saying that because you should be. I'm saying that because there's something karmic here. Do you know what I mean by that? Like there's something that karmic, feels karmic. Yes, there's something karmic here that you're supposed to meet each other. And they won't give me long-term, short-term. They're not giving me that. They're like, stay in the present moment. Don't worry about the future. But they are showing me here, this is a harmonious union. This has the potential for a very harmonious union. Okay? But it has to come from, you guys both have family shit. You guys both have childhood shit that you've not fully resolved.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay? That's present in the dynamic that has to not be, if that makes sense.
Well, it feels like, so he feels so very safe, like, so that
great.
Those
That's
things
the karmic
can kind
thing.
of come up.
Yeah.
And it feels like for both of us, like, we're like the safe container to let those things come up and heal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting
that
from him.
Literally the words while you were saying it was, you are here to help each other heal your wounds. But it must come through vulnerability and honesty.
Yeah.
It cannot come through performance. Any performance. Okay?
Okay.
So really being aware of, when am I performing? Even subtly. When am I, okay, so like, let's say, the feeling of like when someone flakes on you and you're like, it's fine. And you're like, that fucker. Excuse me. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, you can't have it. Like, hey, super disappointed, but I get it. Like, I'm going to be as authentic as I can be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
like
perform just to make, and like, you own it. You don't, it's about owning your own reaction. But they're showing me that's the key here to this really working out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like they're going, this relationship is about spawning introspection in each other in a way that you haven't been able to do prior. Those are the way they're giving it to me.
I can see that. Yes.
Exciting, Elizabeth. I love this.
Yes. Is there anything else I need to know?
Let me just see. Anything else about this? Anything else about their connection here? No, they just keep saying this is a call inward so that you connect more deeply outward.
Beautiful. And it feels like a connection,
it's
like impossible for like our families too, because I have a child and he has children, and it feels like there's a
that's great. Oh, I love that. I love that.
So
well, you have a similar understanding of priorities, but you've both been having. What they're showing me here is there's similar roles you played. You guys played similar roles in your past. Yes. Old identities that no longer serve you. I have to give myself up for my kids. I have to whatever. You see what I mean?
Yes. Or for our partners.
Yes, or for our partners, or I got to take the heat where I have to get the stuff that falls through the cracks, or blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm the giver. I was with the taker.
Yes.
That sort of, they're showing me like that sort of dynamic similarity, right?
Mhm.
Does that resonate?
Wow.
Yeah.
It does, yes. And that's why we get a chance to heal that with each other.
Yeah, because you have someone else who's similar that's not taking. When you're with two givers, you have room to give to yourself.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing so far.
Yeah, and then you also understand the kid thing. So you understand the child first, relationship second. And so everybody, when you're with somebody that doesn't have a child, they don't understand that. Something happens with your kid, everything else goes out the window, but you both have an understanding of that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like I've never met someone like this, so I'm
very excited for you, girl.
Very excited.
Very excited.
Thank you. Oh my God, Nadia, thank you so much. I really appreciate what you do.
No problem at all. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, let's see. Next, I have Maria in San Francisco. Girl, you got on, girl.
Oh my God, I swear I wasn't going to get on. My phone wouldn't turn on this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'll just listen.
Hi.
Wow. Oh my God.
Do you want a general today? Hi. Do you want a general or do you want something specific?
Oh God. I was thinking, I'm like, what could I even ask? Because there's like the same communication problems, the same healing issue problems. I keep having recurring dreams, like they're like, get your stuff ready so you can carry whatever you can carry and go. There's like water issues, so I don't know if that's
Are you in San Francisco?
I'm near there, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
think there is. I think you're right. Okay, it's not out of fear. But I do think you're right. I don't feel something until to be honest, until the September time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I think they're preparing your nervous system to try to find regulation and trust the flow of whatever change is coming for you. And it may not look like it is. They are showing me a disruption. Okay. So Maria, the thing for you, you're somebody that you understand all this work mentally, and it is really challenging for you to actually do it. Would you agree? Hello?
Okay. Yes, because I feel when I need to go to a happy place, it's not safe for me to do that. I don't feel my heart is open to stay in that state for 10 minutes. Like 10 seconds is okay. I can do 10 seconds, and then it's like
great.
I need to be on guard.
Well, first of all, I love that awareness. I absolutely love that awareness, and I love that you know that. So again, you, like I said to Elizabeth, she had, the guy John built a wall around his heart. You built a wall around your whole being, and that keeps everybody out, and that keeps things from being able to come in, and that's why you feel the contraction in your physical body. Your body is constantly being squeezed because you keep asking for things you want and you keep building a bigger wall, which totally makes sense based on your trauma, which totally makes sense. So now it's about deciding brick by brick, not to just be happy. I mean, that doesn't work when you practice safety through protection, okay? We have to help you feel safe so that you can take away the wall brick by brick. Okay, and I think that why this work has been challenging for you is because people are like, break down the wall. You're like, but I can't break down the wall. I am not safe. I'm going to get killed. It's real. It's visceral. It's deep, right? So let me help you with steps to help you start to feel safe. So I love that you said the 10 seconds. I want you to reassess all the things in your life and literally sit down and write every topic down. We have the pillars of our life. We have our physical body. We have our relationships. We have our money. We have our, our home, our safety, our basic needs, these sort of pillars. Okay. And what I've noticed with you is almost always out of all the pillars, at least 4 of them are dysregulated. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
On some level.
Yeah.
So very challenging to feel safe when you have a lot of those things that are dysregulated. The samurai way is, how do I find my regulation when there is nothing outside of me to regulate me? So your work right now is, how do I get in nature and find that feeling? How do I stand by the water and look at the water? How do I take a bath and find that feeling? How do I find the feeling of peace? Not joy, not open, not love, but peace in my nervous system. Doing breath work, meditating every day. Show me where my peace is. Show me where my peace is. And I would reach for peace, because that's what's going to regulate your nervous system in order to start taking down the bricks. Because you're dysregulated, you ain't taking those things down, girl. Okay? I know from an overstimulated, hypervigilant little girl, I know what that feels like, right? So this is not a criticism. It's understandable. Your circumstances are not working with you. And it does take an inner choice. I'm done hiding. I am done being in pain. And it has to have a little conviction. I am choosing peace instead, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to choose it. And what does that mean today? That might mean going for a walk. That might mean stepping out of my home. That might mean not talking to anybody all day. That might mean having headphones on, noise canceling, and listening to beats. I don't know. What can I do to find peace today? That's your work right now, because the momentum will start to carry you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I try and do every day, all day.
Good. So now here's the discernment. Here's the discernment. Mm-hmm. I'm running away and I'm annoyed, so I'm putting my headset on. Not I am choosing peace for myself and deliberately regulating. Because what you're doing now is F you, I'm putting my headset on. That's not the same thing of what I'm saying. That's avoidance. Not I'm really resentful. And also, because of that wall, you avoid vulnerability. And as Brene Brown says, and I quote her all the time, because vulnerability, shame is riding shotgun. And shame is what we all are afraid of, which is if I really go to my vulnerability, I'm going to hate myself so much that I will break. And I'm telling you this because that's what you're running from. It's not them. It's you. Because you don't know who you are. Meaning they are projections of the way you feel about you. Everyone's a projection about what we think about ourselves. That's the hard truth. So when someone is cruel to us, it's because I'm cruel to me. And that's the deeper work for you, is getting off of everybody else and into who am I really? Reaching for that vulnerability. That's what the peace is, the key to your vulnerability, and then releasing the shame. That's the deep work you got to do, Maria. It's deep, and this is not for the faint of heart, which is why most people don't do it. But you're getting to a choice point now, and the universe has enough light to support you. Does that make sense? I know this is like hardcore, but your soul is speaking to me pretty loud, and so I'm just going to tell you whether you can receive it or not.
No, it makes sense. I just don't understand it. I don't feel him being cruel to me. I feel like I'm always trying to find the solution, do the solution.
So I say this with love. Your vibration is dominantly in blame.
Blame?
It's their fault, I feel. Yeah, I feel this way because of this thing outside of me.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the negative emotion is an indicator of something I have going on inside of me. You see what I mean? And you keep going out there going, I'm trying, but you're bucking a current. It's like you're trying to swim with 12 rocks on your back. And you're going, why can't I swim? I'm like, because you're carrying these 12 rocks. Okay? Once you get rid of those rocks, the work will work. But you can't carry those rocks with you anymore. And rocks look like blame and righteous anger. Because you're right. You know what I tell people? It is the hardest thing to let go of stuff when you're right. Okay? It's really hard. Okay? So, but that's what you're up against. Where am I blaming? And where can I take, what does this make me believe about myself? What beliefs are they showing me that I have about me and other people? Because if I was lovable and if I was enough and if I was so great, I wouldn't be treated this way. That's what I'm saying. Look under, go under, go under. Because at the core wound for every person that I've worked with for 20 years is always about the relationship with myself. Mm-hmm. And once you get that straight, whoo, it's like you've become a tornado for good shit to come.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I got to go. I went so late today. But I'm so glad I got to talk to you, Maria. I'm so glad I finally got to connect with you. I'm sending you so much love on your journey. Everybody, thank you so much for having me. And you guys can find me at intuitionbynadia.com. Big hugs and kisses. Have an amazing June, you guys.
Thank you for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.